I basically work with family, connecting generations. I'm an author and a counseling psychologist, and I'm looking forward to having interesting conversations today. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Victor Mwendwa, and I'm a young adult figuring out my life. And I'm here to have an amazing conversation with Shalom.
Looking forward, yeah. I'm curious, what do you think? Is sex before marriage
Is sex before marriage a sin? So, the scriptures that mentioned do not commit adultery. And under my definition, adultery is you don't cheat when you're married to someone else. But I don't think having sex before a marriage is really I would say really a sin. Because if we put in the instance of, okay, this is an extreme example. If we put an instance of where a lady went out to a party and someone spiked her drink and then she got sexually abused, like she was not able to control herself in that situation. So we can't really say that was out of sin. So for me, I'm of the opinion that sex with another person in marriage, that's a sin, because when you get married, you become one. By you doing it with someone else, you're breaking that whole thing. But before, there are no rings. There are no rings involved. Like, there are no vows. I don't think someone says, yeah, I vow to stay committed to you, even though next year I might not see you, but something like that. Yeah. What do you think?
It's interesting. I think it is sin. Because sex before marriage is fornication. When it is not with a married person, right? The married person is one who would commit adultery. But when you're singles, then what you're doing is fornicating, which is still sin. But I think the biggest problem people have with that, I like the example that you have brought. If a girl gets, or even a guy gets the drink spiked and then they're sexually abused, that one, they have not had sex. The sex that we are saying sex is sin is when you have consented and gone ahead and said, okay, I'm having sex. That's what's sin. If somebody has abused you, what they've done is committed a crime against you. Yes, maybe you might have been a virgin up until then, but if that is how you have lost your virginity, you're not the one who committed the crime. You're not the one who has sinned. Somebody else has sinned against you. So in that case, yes, you've had sex. It wasn't consensual, right? You were raped or whatever it was. And therefore, you haven't sinned. The other person is the one who has sinned. So I still think sex before marriage is sin. But then it's not just sex before marriage. It's sex outside of the marriage. It is sex, We really commit a lot of sexual sin, by the way. Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't want to complicate it further by asking what is sex.
So to you, marriage is like the certificate, the ID. Now we can do this. To do that action. To
a great extent, yes, but not the reason why you should get married.
So if someone, let's just say he was 18 and had a high school friend at 17, but then in his head, he wants to wait until they get married to have sex. So she turns 18, he turns 19, he proposes, they get married, and then boom, I have it now. Could we say that was that marriage was out of sexual reasons? Do you believe that most people of the Christian faith are doing that, are not going into marriage for we're becoming one? I'm entering into marriage because it's like an ID. I can now have sex without the older people telling me I'm being a bad person.
Unfortunately, there must be some few who are doing that. What I've seen from the society that we are in right now, people are still not waiting. Right?
Okay.
But let's say those who are waiting and they're saying, I'm waiting to have sex when I get married. If that's all they're looking forward to in the marriage, it's doomed to fail. Right? Because marriage is not just about sex. Yeah. So I think they shouldn't be waiting. They shouldn't be making marriage the license for sex.
Okay.
They should actually think what else they're going to be getting out of that marriage besides the sex. Because I guess now if they do it that way and they're looking forward to more than just the sex, then the sex becomes awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.